Suppose a mixture of reactive gases and products at temperature T has the following. Study this table. Here we have been given the species, the number of moles, the partial pressure of the species, and the stoichiometric coefficient of the species in the reaction, and the total Gibbs free energy of the species inside the mixture. Now let's try to find a relationship between Ga and Pa, which is the Gibbs free energy and the partial pressure for the species A for the same temperature and number of moles. Now for any process such that a reversible isothermal process can exist between the endpoints, the change in any state function will be the same as in the reversible isothermal process. So for some reversible isothermal process, if you have dG equal to dH minus dTs, which we do have, and then we can write it as du plus dpv minus dTs, and then using the product rule and using the fact that du is dq minus pdv, we can write it as this thing: dq minus pdv plus pdv plus vdp minus tds minus sdt, which upon solving is dq minus tds plus vdp minus sdt. But now dt is 0 as this is a reversible isothermal process, and ds is dq by t as this is a reversible process. So we have this quantity being 0 plus vdp plus 0. So you have dg equal to vdp, which is nRT upon p into dp, using the ideal gas equation, which is a good approximation for this case. Then upon integrating, we get g2 minus g1 being equal to nRT natural log of p2 by p1. Now this will also be the change in Gibbs free energy for the original process. So now for A, Ga minus G naught A equal to NART natural log of Pa upon P naught A, where this not condition just says that some initial condition has been put into this thing to get the general value. Alright. So suppose we consider only small a moles of A out of the complete Na moles, then our equation will be Ga comma small a minus G naught a comma small a is equal to ART natural log of A upon NAPA upon A upon NAP naught a, because the partial pressures will be smaller for that small a moles of the species A instead of the Na moles. So let's just call these Ga comma small a and G naught a comma small a as small ga and small g naught a. So this is the Gibbs free energy of A moles of A, and this not just says it's some initial value of the initial partial pressure, some initial value of this Gibbs free energy at some initial partial pressure of Na moles of A. Okay, so solving we get this value of the RHS, and notice that here we have raised some number to the power of A. So that's not a good thing if A has some units. So here we must take A as a pure number, and it is supposed to be understood that all the units will match up if we take R to be without the mole inverse, which it generally has. Next, the Gibbs free energy change for the reaction between A moles of A, B moles of B, to form A dash moles of A dash, B dash moles of B dash, where A dash, B dash, these things are like these things are the products. Okay, so for that chemical reaction, we have the delta G reaction being equal to this thing, the sum of the Gibbs free energy of the products minus the Gibbs free energy of the reactants, which using our formula that we just derived can be written like this. So now this is just the initial Gibbs free energy change of the reaction plus this quantity RT natural log of P A dash upon PO A dash to the power of A dash small a dash, and P B dash upon PO B dash to the power of small b dash, and so on upon the same thing but just for the reactants. Okay, so now if we consider the initial case to be the one where all species in the mixture are at 1 atmosphere partial pressure for complete species, not a part, right? So for all the Na moles, Nb moles, etc., then the Gibbs free energy change for that initial case would be the standard change at temperature T, which is identical to the change between the product and the reactants if these were isolated in separate containers at pressure 1 atmosphere each. So we can write delta G reaction as delta G standard of this reaction plus RT natural log of PA upon 1 at PA dash upon 1 atmosphere to the power of small a dash, PB dash upon 1 atmosphere to the power of small b dash, and so on upon PA upon 1 atmosphere to the power of A, PB upon 1 atmosphere to the power of B, and so on. Now this thing is the reaction quotient of the mixture, but just without the units, and we have to put the pressures in with the unit atmosphere and then remove the units which you get and then take the natural log and stuff. Okay, so from this we get this equation, delta G reaction equal to delta G standard reaction plus RT natural log Q, where Q is the reaction quotient. Now to find the Gibbs free energy change for the reaction between A lambda, B lambda, C lambda moles of ABC, just scale it up by lambda. So this equation is just multiplied by lambda and then delta G reaction into lambda. It is delta capital G reaction lambda, and then delta G standard reaction times lambda. That thing is delta capital G standard reaction lambda, right? When the final situation is of equilibrium, the change in Gibbs free energy will be zero, as neither the backward or forward reaction are spontaneous. And for that particular case, we have the reaction quotient being equal to the equilibrium constant. So putting that case into this equation, we get 0 equal to delta small g reaction plus RT natural log K. And from that we can say delta small g reaction at standard temperature pressure, not temperature exactly, but you get it, right? So delta G standard reaction, that is just minus RT natural log K. So putting that into our original equation, we get delta G reaction equal to RT natural log the reaction quotient minus RT natural log the equilibrium constant. So this is the general equation. Okay, sometimes this small delta G is also written as capital delta G, so that's like for that particular scaling factor of 1, but it's easy to understand when that's going to happen. So that's all we need. Okay, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.